At the start of the story, we meet a woman named Beth. She is very sad because her husband, Owen, has died. He took his own life. Beth feels lost and spends her nights drinking and looking through Owen's old things. One night, while she is sleeping, a loud knock wakes her up. She is scared and checks the door, but no one is there. Still, she feels like someone is behind her, but when she turns around, no one is there. The next day, Beth sees strange footprints that go up the stairs from the lake. She follows them and sees they came out of the water. Suddenly, she hears a loud gunshot and gets very scared. She runs away. Later, at the school where she works as a teacher, she looks at house ads on her computer. She sees a picture of herself and Owen and starts to feel sleepy. A parent of one of her students comes in. They talk, and there is a mix-up about the student's grade. Beth ends up telling the parent that her husband died. The parent is shocked. When Beth goes home, her neighbor Mel offers to help move a boat, but Beth says she wants to sell it with the house. She asks Mel if he heard the gunshot earlier, but he says no. He tells her to let him know if it happens again. That night, Beth starts packing Owen's things. She finds one of his notebooks. Inside are drawings and notes. One note warns her not to trust something. One page shows their house, but in a flipped layout, like a mirror version. This makes her more confused. Later that night, music starts playing from the house speakers while Beth is asleep. She wakes up scared. Then she gets a text from Owen's phone saying to come downstairs. She replies, and the next message says not to be scared. The music stops. She calls the number, and a strange voice tells her to look outside. She sees Owen standing in the lake, but then she wakes up. It was a dream. To check, she looks at her phone. There are no messages. She checks Owen's old phone too. Nothing. She looks at his photos and sees a strange picture. A woman who looks like her is in the photo, but she's wearing clothes Beth doesn't own. She shows the photo to her friend Claire. Claire also thinks the woman looks like Beth. Claire tries to calm her down and tells her to remember the good times with Owen. Later, Beth has drinks with her friends. She tells them she feels like something is inside her house, watching her. Her dreams are scary and feel real. One friend says it might be a sleep problem. Beth says Owen used to sleepwalk after he built the house. Everyone is surprised. Beth says she didn't notice anything strange with Owen. She says she was the one who often felt sad, but Owen helped her feel better. Beth's friends ask if Owen left a note. She says yes, but it's strange. The note says, "You were right. There's nothing. You're safe now." Beth doesn't understand what it means and wonders if she ever really knew Owen. Her friends try to help her feel better. Later, Beth tells Claire something she never told anyone. When she was a teenager, she had a car crash and almost died. For a few minutes, she was legally dead. During that time, she saw nothing. No lights, no dreams, just emptiness. This scared her. Owen believed there was something after death, but Beth didn't. Now, she's starting to wonder if maybe she was wrong. Claire asks what Beth might need to be safe from, but Beth doesn't know. Beth talks about ghosts again, but Claire says she doesn't believe in them. She was just trying to help. Claire offers to stay the night, and Beth says yes, at least until she falls asleep. That night, Beth hears a strange sound in the house. Then she hears what sounds like Owen's voice calling her. The lights go out. Beth gets scared and angry. She goes outside with a flashlight. In the woods, she sees scared women running through the trees. They jump into the lake. Beth tries to stop one woman, but she jumps in two. Then Beth hears a voice whisper, "Boat." She looks and sees the lights across the lake. The voice says boat again. Beth runs to the dock and finds blood, Owen's boots, and his shirt in the boat. She gets scared. As she turns to leave, she hears footsteps behind her. When she turns, no one is there, but new footprints are appearing on the dock. She closes her eyes and asks the invisible person to show themselves. Suddenly, new footprints appear right in front of her, like someone is standing there. She reaches out to touch them. Everything goes black. Then something gently puts her into the boat. When Beth wakes up, the boat has floated to the other side of the lake. She gets out and sees a strange house. It looks like her house, but it's backwards, like a mirror. A voice says she is dreaming. Inside, Beth sees many women through the windows. Then she sees Owen standing behind one of them. The woman yells at him and leaves. Beth runs into the house and finds herself asleep on the couch. She wakes up and sees the front door is wide open. She quickly shuts it and feels something is wrong. Later, Beth looks through Owen's laptop. She finds more photos of the mystery woman. This time, she can clearly see her face. She finds pictures of other women too, some of them she saw in her strange dream house. Later, Beth walks into the woods and sees Mel. He asks what she's doing. She says she's looking for a house. Mel says there are no houses in these woods, just empty land. Beth tells Mel that she saw a light far away the night before. She says she just wanted some fresh air, but Mel gets worried. He thinks Beth has been through a lot lately and shouldn't be walking outside alone. He offers her lunch at his house to help her feel better, but Beth politely says no and continues walking down the path by herself. Soon, Beth finds the strange house again. This time, it looks like someone is building it. It's under construction. She starts to believe that maybe the dream she had about this place wasn't a dream at all. She carefully goes inside the half-built house and looks around. Inside, she finds a creepy and scary statue. It looks like a small figure, and it gives her a strange, bad feeling. Beth decides to go talk to Mel again. She asks him what Owen had been building in the woods. Mel says he doesn't know anything for sure, but he does admit that he had seen Owen walking in the forest many times at night. One time, Mel thought Owen was with Beth, but when he looked again, it was a different woman. Mel also remembers that Owen once came back really late. He was drunk, dirty, and acting strange. Owen told Mel he had found a way to deal with the dark thoughts in his head, but he didn't say what he meant. Mel didn't ask more questions and chose not to tell Beth about it, because Owen seemed happier afterward. Later, back at home, Beth finds a book called Kerdroya in Owen's things. As she flips through the pages, she finds a drawing of the same strange statue she saw in the house. The book says this type of statue was used a long time ago to control people in love. The book also talks about mazes and houses built backward to trick and confuse dark spirits or evil things. Beth notices that the book has a stamp from a store, so she searches for it online to learn more. Feeling scared and frustrated, she throws the creepy statue in the trash. Suddenly, she hears footsteps upstairs, even though no one else should be there. She goes into Owen's workshop. Something seems to be moving inside, but when she looks around, no one is there. The next day, Beth visits a bookstore. There, she sees a woman she recognizes from the picture she found on Owen's phone. She walks up to her and starts talking. The woman says her name is Madeline. At first, Madeline acts like she doesn't know who Owen is. But Beth says she found photos of her on Owen's phone. Madeline looks very nervous now. She says Owen used to visit her shop sometimes. They had a few drinks together, but she says they were never in a real relationship. Beth keeps asking questions to make sure Madeline is telling the truth. Madeline seems afraid, but says she barely knew Owen. Later, Beth tells Claire everything about the woman. Claire thinks Beth is under too much stress and needs to rest. She suggests Beth should take a break and leave the house for a while. Beth agrees. She says that she still feels Owen around, like a ghost or spirit. She doesn't understand what's really happening and says it's all very confusing. Claire tells her that not everything in life has an answer. Some things just stay unfinished. Beth listens and decides to go stay somewhere else to get some peace of mind. Before leaving, Beth tries to talk to Owen's spirit. She asks him to give her a sign if he's still there. At first, there's no answer, and Beth starts to feel silly. But then there's a sudden knock at the door. It's Madeline again. She says she didn't mean to bother Beth, but she needs to tell her something. Inside the house, Madeline talks about a scary dream she had. She felt like something was chasing her, something she couldn't see. She also says she once visited the lake house with Owen. During that visit, Owen showed her the strange statue and asked her to hold it. He cried and hugged her tightly. Then, out of nowhere, he started choking her. Madeline told him to stop, and he did. She says Owen told her he was afraid of himself and that he needed to stop the darkness inside him. Later that night, Beth drinks and returns to the half-built house. While walking through it, she steps on a weak part of the floor and suddenly falls partway through. Under the floor, she finds human bones. She looks around and finds even more, lots of bones. There are many bodies hidden beneath the house. She gets very scared and runs home quickly. Once home, she calls Claire and leaves a message. She is crying and full of regret. While taking a shower, a song suddenly starts playing by itself. Beth looks around, feeling afraid. She calls out for Owen. Then she sees something written on the fogged-up mirror. It says here. Beth is surprised. She reaches out and touches the mirror. She feels something there, some kind of presence. But it's not Owen. Then the door slams shut on its own, and Beth sees a different woman's face in the mirror instead of her own. Suddenly, Beth is pulled into a scary vision. She sees Owen attacking a woman. She tries to run away, but something invisible grabs her. It drags her through a strange version of her house. Everything is backward and dark. She sees women hiding, Owen hurting them, and a shadowy figure watching everything. The dark spirit chases Beth through the house. It shows her terrible things, many women being hurt. Beth is thrown down the stairs and sees someone who looks like Owen waiting for her. But she knows it's not really him. This being tells Beth that it has been with her ever since she almost died in a car crash. It says it wanted Owen to kill Beth, but he refused. Instead, Owen killed other women to protect Beth and trick the spirit. But the dark being says it didn't work, and Owen's efforts were useless. Then Beth finds herself in a boat with Owen. He's reading the goodbye note he wrote before he died. He picks up a gun. Beth asks him where he is. The dark spirit answers and says Owen is gone forever. It tells Beth to give up and says there's nothing left except it. Beth almost believes it, but then she hears Claire's voice calling her. That helps her stay strong. She throws the gun away and doesn't give in to the dark spirit. Claire finds her in real life, swimming out to the boat. She grabs Beth and pulls her back to the shore. Mel is there too. Beth is cold and shaking, but she tells Claire that she's still here. She didn't give up. Claire hugs her and says she's safe now. Mel looks out at the boat and asks Beth what she sees. Beth quietly answers, nothing. And that's how the story ends.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.